now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to this official Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media Wrestlemania Week hype video. I am your host for the evening, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, and you may be wondering, why are you the host on something that's streaming across the entirety of the Multiverse of Media? Well, Jeff is at a engagement right now. He went to go see his buddies perform live. He is in transit on his way home. If we're on the air and he's able to pop in, he will. He's got the link. But this is a show where we are going to basically run through and hype everything that's going to be coming across the entirety of the Multiverse of Media for the next 14 days, give or take. Specifically emphasis on WrestleMania week, which kicks off with today and goes all the way through the Raw after Mania. We've invited everybody who is a channel head in the Multiverse of Media to come through today and basically hype their stuff. Get the shills in, the shameless shills. We'll see if Some of them turn up. We do have one person, though, at the start to join us and begin the festivities, and that is good old Mr. Reliable himself, Walter Cruz.
What's going on, JJ? Yeah, man, that the intro that you do alone hypes me up, man. That just brings me back, and I can in my own head, even though let's say the name redacted is in my head playing, announcing some of the main events because he would just overlap that while you hear that song. But man,
Oh, yeah.
I know I always say stick to your stick, but I got to steal from Triple H and ask JJ, are you ready? Because this week, woo!
Man, I think I'm as ready as I am going to be. You know, I've got my prime hydration drinks. I've got my prime energy drinks. I need to stock up on my Slim Jims. You know, I definitely need to hit the liquor store here in the next few days and pick up my alcoholic beverages for open mic night next week. I don't drink a whole heck of a lot, but after night one, I think I'm gonna need a tasty beverage to get me through tonight too. But yeah, man, I am stoked. We have got a lot of stuff coming up over the next week plus. Not just on the Casa D18 Studios channel, not just on Rage of Wrestling, but across the entirety of the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse Media. Simple Man's Brand, the Jay Hebert Studios, freaking Rangers of Wrestling, Casa D18 Studios, of course, the Jeff Meacham Network, the Greg Cherry brand, NoDQ.com. Just so much stuff. Aaron Rift kicked off 13 days of live streams with the No DQ review tonight. Myself and Walter were on that from 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific all the way to 6:30 p.m. Pacific. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern to 9:30 p.m. Eastern for you East Coasters. Did an hour and a half almost there. And now 30 minutes later, here we are.
Indeed.
And we're just going to start running through this stuff. And again, if any of the rest of the people in the multiverse decide to pop in, they have the link. We'll bring them on and they can talk about their stuff. But in the meantime, man, let's just get into it. And just a heads up to the chat room, I'm producing, I'm running the chat comments, and I'm running the graphics. So if it takes me a little bit to get to your comments, please bear with me. If you enjoy what we're doing, if you are as hyped for WrestleMania as myself, Walter, and the entirety of the Multiverse of Media, super chat, super sticker, show that love because we have got a lot to go through and a lot coming. I go ahead and hit y'all with the first graphic. Of course, last night was open mic night, Wrestling Karaoke, the second annual. You can find that on demand across the entirety of the brands. You know, you can find that was on Datilla's Twitch account. That was on Rage of Wrestling. That was on the Jay Hebert Studios, Simple Man brand, Greg Cherry brand, Casa D18 Studios, of course, the Jeff Meacham Network. We were on the air for close to 5.5 hours yesterday, acting like idiots and singing wrestling theme songs. All of which were basically paid for by Arlene and Emmanuel Dominguez. And once again, thank you so much to you guys for your support. Dwayne Atkinson, and I forgot last night when we were giving props, my daughter Natalie with her payment for me to do the Pretty Deadly theme. So those 4 people provided 5.5 hours of content to officially kick off WrestleMania week. So once again, thank you all. Here we are, the kickoff show. That brings us to For the Love of Wrestling, which, man, For the Love of Wrestling, my daily wrestling review, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 4 days a week. Mondays I'm due Impact and SmackDown. Tuesday is Raw. Wednesday is NWA Power and NXT. Thursday is Dynamite. All the big shows covered. I've ceased covering Rampage, Collision, and Explosion because if we're just being honest, number one, it's a lot to keep up with. And number two, those shows are fairly lackluster.
Yeah, it's
Now,
not
yes,
worth it
this
to
past
cover.
week on Collision, Matt Cardona answered an open challenge for the Cope Open, so that's definitely something worth discussing. But it's rare that we get those type of moments on Collision anymore. In addition to For the Love of Wrestling, I'm kind of, sort of, but not really bringing back Renegade's reviews, just kind of spinning it Casa D18 Studios reviews because I felt like with WrestleMania week, we had to get some wrestling documentaries in there. And I'm going to be discussing Superfan, the story of Vladimir. I'm going to be discussing the epic journey of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm going to be discussing the Cody Rhodes American Nightmare documentary from Peacock. I'm going to be discussing the Bray Wyatt Becoming Immortal documentary that will premiere tomorrow. And on Friday, the day that this man will go into the Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. I'll be discussing all those documentaries, covering little synopsises of them, giving my thoughts on them. My 2 cents, as it were. It feels kind of fun to kind of get back into the review side of things. Renegade's reviews was my bread and butter for a long time.
Definitely
And then I
missed that.
kind of transitioned into covering wrestling more because I just didn't really have the time to balance both.
You used to remind me of how many movies I actually missed. Like I used to watch your reviews and be like, "Damn, I didn't see that. I didn't see that." And I was like, "Wow, I got a lot of movie catching up to do watching you."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I will say it's not official. Adam Pearce hasn't made it official yet, but it's heavily rumored that either Saturday or Sunday, between Stand and Deliver going into night 1 or the Slammies going into night 2, there might be an additional review of the A&E WWE Legends biography that is airing tonight for our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. So be on the lookout for that. If you see a stream link pop up for it, you'll know it was low-key made official. And if you don't, then it wasn't. And as an added bonus, the people that subscribe to the members only section are actually getting to see these reviews early. I uploaded the Cody Rhodes one last week to them on or not the Cody Rhodes one, but the Vladimir one. I think it was on either Thursday or Friday. They've had it for a few days now. So if you want to see these reviews before everybody else, join and subscribe to the Casa D18 Studios members only section. Like Walter just insinuated with his hand, it is only $5 a month to subscribe. And you get classic match commentary from Noah and I, and you get exclusives like getting this stuff early. Me and Noah have already been talking about some matches we're going to be calling for the next couple of months. Probably going to do Backlash 04 in the month of April. Randy Orton versus Cactus Jack for the Intercontinental Championship. And once Noah discovered that this match existed, we're probably going to be doing Owen Hart versus Ultimo Dragon either this month or in May. So definitely want to tune in for that one. I didn't know that match existed until social media. Yep, $5 a month. You can't even get a footlong at Subway for that much anymore.
Hell no.
So got those documentaries coming up. And then we have a sad day across the multiverse, as come Monday,
Yeah, this one
it will
hurts.
be the services, the farewell, the burial of Talk Wrestling. You guys, the fans, and I don't mean each of you individually, I mean the wrestling community as a whole. So don't feel like I'm trying to come down on any individual one of you guys watching, but the internet wrestling community did not seem to like what Jeff had turned Talk Wrestling into. And then when he tried to go back to the original format because the wrestling community wanted that so badly, nobody was tuning in. Nobody was sending questions to him. So this is something he's been contemplating for a while, putting Talk Wrestling to rest. And this Monday, it is going to happen.
17 years
So,
of history.
yes, Vince Russo has been calling himself, one of the original podcasters, saying he goes back to like 2012. He's been doing this for 12 years. I'm like, Jeff Meacham has you beat, Russo. He was doing it for
Yeah,
5 years
bro.
before you even picked up the microphone, bro. Let's give the real Podfather his due, bro. For real, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I digress. So after the burial of Talk Wrestling, we move into Tuesday and Stat Boys Sports Bar. You've got baseball opening week and weekend. You've got the UFL kicking their season off this weekend. You've got NBA and NHL starting to make their way into playoff territory. All kinds of good stuff going to be happening on the sports bar. If time permits, they're going to do their WrestleMania predictions. If time doesn't permit, they're going to join us on Simply Predicting Tuesday night, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, for the first Simply Predicting panel of the week as we discuss all of the WrestleMania matches in one sitting. NoDQ.com is splitting it up into 2 days, night 1, night 2. We're doing all matches in one go. So that's definitely going to be interesting. I'm bracing myself for a 3-hour stream minimum going through all those matches, but it is what it is, man. I'm hyped for it, and I know you're hyped for it.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
I
Jeff's
can't
been
wait for
doing it
Simply
since
Prediction.
'07.
Mm-hmm.
He actually goes back to, I want to say, either '01 or '02 if you count XMV, but Just Talk Wrestling, the very first show was about the Benoit tragedy. That
Yep.
was '07. Wednesday, the Greg Cherry Show, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, on the Greg Cherry brand. Greg Cherry, Matty Laws, and Ella J will be doing their WrestleMania predictions. Make sure you tune in and check that out. Again, want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Greg Cherry and Matty Laws for participating last night in the karaoke spectacular. What's up, Walter?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do yourself a favor and just go in there and watch on demand and go to either one of our channels or any of the channels and watch the karaoke and just watch what Greg Cherry does with Swerve. I mean, that man had some rhythm. I mean, I got to give it up to Greg for what he did, but he does the Swerve Nana dance and sings the lyrics. You guys got to check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah, absolutely. And not to be outdone, I may not have the same rhythm as him, but I broke out Carmelo Hayes' theme last night. I was waiting on that, man. I wanted to do that last year, but NXT never came up for me. And if we're being honest, I wasn't as invested in NXT then as I am now. So it just made it that much better this year, I think, to be able to break out Melo's theme song. And then Wednesday, immediately following the Greg Cherry Show, stand and deliver predictions for Simply Predicting. Simply Predicting is across the Casa D18 Studios channel, as well as the Simple Man brand. Noah hosting that. 5 matches official as of right now. I am willing to bet you that come Tuesday, we get at least one more match announced. Well, according to Noah and them, the takeovers were always 6 matches. So I think they're trying to stick to the 6 match, although there's definitely more matches they can add. But if I had to speculate, and this isn't just bias, I think we're going to get Thea Hale versus JC Jane.
I was thinking that too.
I think with the rivalry and the storyline, that has to be a stand and deliver match.
And what's the whole story with Noah? What's Noah's group? Why it escapes me, but Noah Don, like, why are they the host? Like,
because they ain't got nothing else to do. Noam Dar. Honestly, I think it's because Lash is going to get involved in Trick's match.
Maybe.
I think after that kiss a couple weeks ago, she's going to get involved, whether she helps him or costs him, whether she comes in after his victory and kisses him and plants one willingly on him. I have a feeling she's going to get involved in that main event. And this is a good way to do it by having the Metaphor as the hosts.
Metaphor, that's their name.
So that graphic just takes us through Wednesday. Then come Thursday, we really start to kick things into high gear. Josh Barnett's Bloodsport X, presented by GCW. This is going to be the first watch-along of the week as Walter and James provide commentary for this. Kicks off at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern. And if you're wondering why Walter and James, very simple. Noah and I both have to work. They're the two that are going to be the reliable ones that are available. This is Walter's first pay-per-view PLE where he's going to be a main commentator for the entire show. We wouldn't be putting him in the seat if we didn't think he could do it. Plain and simple. After that goes off the air later on in the evening, Thursday, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 Eastern, Meach's Musings, where Jeff will be giving his WrestleMania predictions. Not on this graphic, but made official by Noah, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern, will be the second night of Simply Predicting WrestleMania predictions, because he has so many people that want to be involved and their availability is in such a flux that he is doing Tuesday and Thursday, but he's doing all matches both days.
So that's the one I'm most likely going to be involved in.
There you go. So again, that's probably going to be a close to 3-hour panel, but it is what it is. Then Friday, Simply Predicting for Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor starts at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Once that goes off the air, Dad's Not Always on Wrestling, top 10 women's championship matches in WrestleMania history. We're talking the OG Women's Championship. We're talking the Raw Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Championship, the Women's Tag Team Championships. The only belt that was never defended was the Divas title. And that says a lot about that era, that the Divas Championship, even with some of the great champions that they had, Beth Phoenix, Natalya, Melina, never got defended at WrestleMania.
No love for the butterfly.
Nope. Then we get to the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor watch along. That kicks off at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Noah and James on the call for that one. Bleeds into the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. Our stream kicks off for that at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And you guys may be wondering, how are you going to do watch along for the Hall of Fame? Well, what we did last year is we basically just tried to relay to you, the viewers, what the inductee was saying. You know, it's a speech, it's a TED talk at the end of the day. But as long as we can pick up the big things, the key points, and relay them to you, the crowd, the audience, our fans, some of you guys may have to work and you may not be able to tune in and watch, but you can have YouTube going in your earbud and you can hear us cover what's going on.
There you go.
You know, so that's why we do it. Plus, it's WrestleMania content. I mean, how are you going to do all the other WrestleMania stuff and not cover the Hall of Fame? Like, seriously. Yeah. Yeah, the Divas title never got defended. It's crazy when you think about it, but it is accurate. Then we go into Saturday. Stand and Deliver kicks off at 8 o'clock Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Show officially starts at 9 a.m., but of course our pre-shows usually go an hour early. So 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time for Stand and Deliver. This is where the Prime Energy drink comes in, folks. Because I will literally be rolling my ass out of bed, sitting in front of this computer to give you guys the color commentary, along, of course, with the simple man with the spectacular voice, Noah Foster, to cover NXT Stand and Deliver. My NXT, damn it.
Don't be surprised if it ain't fully sold out. I might check some last minute tickets and then show up when I'm already there.
I hope you do, bro. Then, of course, night one of WrestleMania kicking off at 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. That's the same time they're going live with their pre-show. We're going live at the exact same time. So a 2-hour pre-show for WrestleMania, because we're going to try to get a few people in to get their predictions that weren't able to get into any of the other prediction panels. I know Dwayne Atkinson is one of them who works such a time that he can't get into the Tuesday and Thursday ones. And with everything he contributed to karaoke last night, it just didn't feel right to leave him off. I'm going to try to squeeze my daughter into there. She's got blackout rehearsals at school this week for a play she's going to be in. So blackout basically means you can't miss. And they start running later than normal. So she's probably not even going to be getting home until the time predictions are over here in California. So try and squeeze her in there to give her thoughts. Then we come to Sunday. WrestleMania Sunday is going to kick off with our coverage of the Slammy Awards. We don't know what time that'll be yet. WWE has not officially announced a start time for it yet. It will be held at the World in Philadelphia, the big fan experience that they're having. So I'm sure they're going to try to get it in such a time to where they will be done before WrestleMania begins. If I had to wager a guess, I would say they'd probably be doing it kind of like they're doing Stand and Deliver, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern start time. That way they're completely done by, a good 2 to 3 hours before WrestleMania kicks off, and people can get from the World to the arena, get changed into their outfits and everything, find out what time they're going on, what their match order is. That would be my guess, though. But once WWE makes it official, we will give you guys the information. Of course, night 2 of WrestleMania. where the Cody Crybabies had to ruin everything and cost us Rock versus Roman. I had to get that in. That kicks off at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern, just like WrestleMania Saturday. Of course, we've got Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, against Cody Rhodes. We've got Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre with CM Punk on commentary for that one. Should definitely be a hell of a double main event. As far as everything else, we don't really know what matches are happening on which day, except, of course, the main event tag team match on the night before. Going to be interesting to see if on Raw tomorrow night they tell us what day some of these matches are happening. I think that'll help a lot of people kind of plan and organize themselves. Meach's Musings will be back on Monday, as will For the Love of Wrestling to kick off another week. Raw After Mania watch along. That's 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We did Raw After Mania last year. Raw After Mania sucked balls last year.
Mm-hmm.
We have already said that if Raw After Mania this year sucks balls, this will be the last year we do Raw After Mania. Like, I remember a time when Raw After Mania was a can't miss show.
It sure
you had debuts like the debut of Brock Lesnar. You had returns like the return of Brock Lesnar, the return of Crime Time. You had title changes like Dolph Ziggler cashing in his briefcase for the Money in the Bank. Like, Raw After Mania used to be a can't miss situation.
And everybody who bought tickets for Mania always sold out Raw also.
Absolutely. And now these last couple of years, it's just been like another Raw. Granted, it was just another Raw in the Vince McMahon era. We're in the Triple H era now. Hopefully things will improve with that Raw.
It's also Philly. That's a hot city with wrestling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's already a lot of speculation that we may get a team or two added to that tag team ladder match. Because as of midnight tonight, which y'all East Coasters still have about an hour and a half, us West Coasters have about 4.5 hours, a certain TNA tag team will be free agents.
Mm-hmm.
Motor City Machine Guns. And then on top of that, it's Philadelphia.
You know it.
Could very easily get a Dudley Boys entry. And I've heard that Devon isn't in the best physical condition, but just for that pop, I think he could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would do it just for that pop in Philly.
Hell, imagine that the Spike just pops up just for a pop too with him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Then, of course, Stat Boy Sports Bar again, the Greg Sherry Show again, Talk Wrestling Throwback the week after WrestleMania. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm not going to go too much in depth with that. I will let Jeff address that when he goes on the air this week. And then we've got the Windy City Riot for New Japan Pro Wrestling watch along next Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we wrap it all up with Collision Battle of the Belts next Saturday, the 13th, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, immediately followed by Open Mic Night. Again, so much in store, so much to come. We talked about it yesterday on Open Mic Night. We'll go ahead and reiterate it now. If you can't find something this week to sink your teeth into, leave the wrestling fandom.
Yeah,
Please,
this
God.
this
Because
is all the
there's
content.
so much good stuff.
All the content to steal something from no.
For real. GCW, Reign of Honor, NXT, WWE. That's just what we're doing watch longs for this week. Then you've got Stardom doing a show. You've got New Japan Sakura Genesis. You've got TNA's regular productions on TV, AEW's regular productions on TV, NWA Power on Tuesdays. There are a minimum of 9 wrestling companies that are providing content over the next week. If you can't find something to like in that, be gone with you. For real. And I'm not trying to be funny and I'm not trying to be mean. But if you can't find something in those 9 companies, then you're part of the problem. You just complain to complain. And you ruin it for the rest of us that are legitimate wrestling fans.
Yeah. If you can't find anything, then you're the king of the IWC and you're what's wrong with it.
For real. And then I know we were talking a little bit before we came on the air. You're going to have something go up this week, right? A top 10?
Yeah. Top 10
Tell the people a little bit
TNA
about
debuts. That. Yeah. Pun intended, but JJ and I are going to work on the top 10 impactful debuts in TNA. So we're going to go back through the archives, see who made debuts, what faces made debuts from TNA. Also, maybe JJ, if we get time, we can work on. I got another good one since we're on the WrestleMania spirit. We can work on the top 10 WrestleMania matches that should have been the main event rather than what actually was the main event. That's a great topic.
That's a good topic.
There.
I like that one. Me and Jeff may have to steal that one later. Speaking of Jeff, he has joined us here at the last minute, as he sometimes do on open mic night when he has engagements and shenanigans.
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Obviously, because I could hear what you were saying about stealing the gig from Walter.
Making sure.
Yeah, I'm glad you two are here. There's going to be a talking to in the other room when we're done. Anyways, I heard you guys are on the review tonight, so that's cool. Hopefully things went well with the no DQ peoples.
We went an hour and a half, and you weren't on the panel.
Wow.
And instead of Virtue and Aaron going at it like normal, it was me and Aaron.
Wow. Well, everybody's got to give Aaron rubbing the wrong way somehow. So there you go. It works out. Usually it's Virtue. So, yeah, good Sunday gig. I went live for the first set on Instagram. I'm actually trying to use Instagram. It's hard to multi-stream on Instagram with this thing because of having to use the stream key and trying to coordinate, especially on the road. On the road is a pain in the ass. So I went specifically on Instagram for that purpose and give the dolls a little love. So they have 2 gigs, both Fridays. One Friday we're booked for sure because of New Japan. The other Friday I don't think we're booked, so I may go to that. They're back out in Spain right now. Very much needed day after what I attempted to do Thursday night, going to see Ariel and her do again. The way that conversation went on the way there. So today was good. Shout out to my friends, especially Rocky Rose, who drove me here instead of having to take an hour and a half bus to get here.
There you go.
So I could actually be a part of this show for the brief that's going to be on it. So love you, Rock. Appreciate you. Another great rock in our lives as we head into WrestleMania.
Yes, well, Walter and I have pretty much already gone through everything we're going to be doing here in the next couple of weeks.
Jesus.
So since you popped in at this glorious moment, I will throw this question to you first, and then we'll go to Walter, and then I will. What are you most looking forward to this week? Whether it's
goodness.
a specific stream or a specific match, just what is it about this week that you are the most excited about, Meacham?
Well, aside from getting Dylan back on his birthday and doing his birthday the right way,
And April 9th, where we can rest, doesn't count.
who's resting April 9th? I got Safeway Sports Bar to produce.
Yeah, that's just sitting behind the buttons. You ain't got to do shit.
It's Mikey shit. Who are you talking to? Anyway, come on. I am honestly looking forward, as Agent of Chaos as this sounds, to the final bell on night 2. Just to see the internet wrestling community explode one way or the other.
That's fair.
I'm actually looking forward to getting home tonight and watching the A&E documentary, because I've been looking forward to that since I saw the teaser on Instagram. That's going to be fun.
I will probably be watching that tomorrow, because I still have to watch this week's Impact for tomorrow.
God bless you. Man. Yeah, I will be home an hour earlier than I expected to be tonight, so I will have the time to watch the A&E Superstar Sunday doubleheader, as they do on that beautiful channel on Sunday nights. I hope Daniel's correct. I do like Lyra, but I think a heel Roxy at the head of that particular division, I'm here for that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, because there's way too many baby faces right now on the NXT roster.
Yes.
We need a heel champion for them to chase.
Yep. And I don't think the heel, either way in the world title match, there's not really a heel champion, because the fans love both those guys. So Ilya's intense, and he could be. Tony could be, but Tony's just like, Tony has grown on me like a fungus. I love the fandom. I'm here for those guys.
Right.
So, but yeah, for me, it's the final bell on Sunday. But also, selfishly, it's honestly probably being able to sit either in the green room or in the studio and watch your guys' reactions like I did for 2022, because the call of that Austin Kevin Owens match was every reason why I expanded the channel into the Multiverse, and why I wanted it to be a thing, because that was just pure and beautiful. And I go back and watch it right now again when I'm down on myself and I'm going to do this shit anymore. I throw on that clip and I go, God damn it, this is why I'm sticking. Because the three of you just were about Stone Cold and Kevin Owens having a match.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Fast forward 2 years, now I'm an official member of the commentary team, and I get to call The Rock.
Right. The guy who was there when he returned after all those years and damn near popped the roof off the Ponda Center, is now going to call not just any Rock match, nay, a WrestleMania main event featuring The Rock.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, if we had been doing this shtick back at WrestleMania 28, 29, I could have called Rock Cena, but we weren't.
No. And if we'd have called Rock Cena, I probably would have been destroying the department more than I already tried to do with the Hell in the Cell and the opening match of that show.
That's fair.
To be fair.
And, really quickly, you mentioned expanding the multiverse.
Yes, I did.
Thank you to the 75 of you that are watching us right now across all of the channels. That is awesome. I am so here for that.
This is just on YouTube, right? Or is this on the social
podcast? No. This is on YouTube. This is on Datilla's Twitch. This is on mine. This is on the Casa and yours Twitter account. Plus, it's on whatever Walter added it to his Twitter and YouTube. So it's going across 10 channels right now.
Yeah, that's again, having that many people watch us on just a random ass hype show on a Sunday, on Easter Sunday, no less. I'm here for that. That's what I'm here for. Stuff like that. That's so cool. By the way, these earbuds.
To be fair, it's 7:40 on the West Coast, 10:40 on the East Coast. Easter's done. Easter's
He's
been
risen.
done since about 2 o'clock our time, 5 o'clock their time.
That's valid. He done risen now. He got memes too. So
That's right.
he's smarter than the rest of
Everybody's
us.
full.
So moving
Not me,
along,
not
moving
yet.
along here, and we can come
Yes.
back to you, of course, Jeff. Walter.
Oh,
You kind of touched on it a little bit on the no DQ review. I don't know if you want to go with the same answer, if you want to say something
No.
different, but out of everything, they were narrow to just WrestleMania. Out of everything going on this week, what are you most looking forward to?
I gotta be selfish. It's my first WrestleMania to go in person. I gotta say WrestleMania. It's to experience it. I don't care where I'm sitting. You can put me on the roof. I don't give a well. There is no roof. It's a arena, but I can sit on a helicopter above the stadium and watch. I don't give a damn. I'm there. I don't care where I'm sitting. I get to see it, and that's what I'm looking forward to. But also GCW, that blood sport, it's just so unique and it's so different, and it's something for me and me and James to call, and it's something totally different, and it brings all these different companies together, and the rules and submission. And I love MMA and I love wrestling. To mix the two together, this is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I don't know a whole lot about the GCW product, but Masha Slamovich versus Shayna Baszler, if I don't watch anything else from that show, I want to see that match.
That's the match I'm looking forward to too.
What's up, Jeff? I saw you kind of raise your hand up.
For safety comment, as far as the WrestleMania, it is the 20th anniversary, but actually the date anniversary was Thursday night, 28th. March 28th, 1999 in Philadelphia, in Rockin' Austin. So
Part one.
It is crazy to me that every one of us thought both those guys were done. Austin in 03, Rock when he left for Hollywood. And now into the third decade of the 21st century, these guys are main eventing WrestleMania. What the shit?
Well, Rock has come back and had a couple of WrestleMania main events since that.
Well, right,
Austin,
but
we thought was like done.
Well, right, but but my point is, yes, it was starting to get a little rumor growing in 2011 that he was coming back, but even still, that was after 7 years.
Yeah,
and we thought that was it because he all but made it clear in verbiage that he was done, and there he was, interacting with our boy, man. So it's very cool as an Attitude Era fan to see these guys. I'm definitely looking forward to the probability, or possibility, however you want to phrase it, of both Steve Austin and John Cena being there this coming weekend, based on that little the framing of the shot when Cody was getting his ass whooped.
The Easter egg, if you will.
Easter egg. That's exactly what they called it over in the Abalama channel. So I'm here for that. It's the best part about it for me. I'm looking forward to what I'm looking forward to. The best part about everything coming up is it's unpredictable, and it hasn't been that way for a very long time across brands, across companies.
Agreed.
It's wonderful. It's wonderfully refreshing.
Agreed. You know, I touched on Masha versus Shayna when the GCW was brought up. I touched on calling a Rock match. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to rehash my answer from the review. I'm looking forward to Jade Cargill making her Mania debut and silencing her critics and haters. You know, everybody has been oh so critical of her since WWE signed her. She's greener than baby shit. She needs work. She doesn't belong. Why isn't she on TV yet? They've paraded her around and they're not doing anything with her. We're signing in WWE history. What happened this week on SmackDown? She came out there, pump kick, sit out power bomb, jaded, pointed at the WrestleMania sign.
I'm still sad. It was only 30 minutes away from me, and I couldn't go.
You should have been there, damn it.
He's going to
But
the bigger
I
show
mean-
this time of weekend. It's all good.
And then you had critics going on, well, they've been saving her all this time. They've been working with her. Why is she doing the same moves that she did on AEW? She didn't have a freaking match. She did a run-in, y'all. Like, come on. So I am wanting to see Jade get in there, hit some Steamboat-esque arm drags, and just make people shut the f- up. Seriously. Like that is what I am looking forward to. And then watching the internet just combust. Go
The
ahead,
only
Jeff. Hold on. Jeff keeps unmuting because he wants to say something, and then I keep going to remute.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Jeff.
I just want to tell kid, I'm looking forward to the chat room getting decaf. Don't yell in my chat room. Calm down, y'all. It's okay. Okay.
Yeah, and if you have questions, super chat. Read the ticker. Otherwise, we do this. We click, it comes on the screen, and then it goes bye-bye.
Yeah. The only negative I have about that is that who did Asuka piss off? Because she's literally going to be winless at Mania. She's going to lose again, obviously. Like, I know it's spoiled prediction, but Jade ain't losing her debut. So that means Asuka's got to look up at the lights again. Like every WrestleMania. That's crazy.
Well,
Asuka can be on the losing team without getting pinned.
Right,
It's
exactly.
True.
I think if anything, Dakota's gonna. I think if anything, Dakota's gonna eat the fall. Because, or maybe Kyrie. I still have this eternal optimism about protecting the women's tag titles.
I think Kyrie's going to eat the fall.
Okay.
Jade or Bianca is going to get the pin, and then come SmackDown after Mania, it's going to be a tag title match: Kabuki Warriors versus two of the three on the babyface side, and we'll get new women's tag team champions.
Is it bad that I want it to be Jade and Naomi just so they can finally at least keep Bianca the possibility of being a tweener? Because she's not exactly playing nice with others right now. It just happens to be a marriage of convenience.
I would rather it be Jade and Bianca personally, but I do see your point. I think that there's enough there for being Jade and Bianca, and then once they lose the tag titles, you get the standard tag team turn, and we get a rivalry between Jade and Bianca that can lead us into Mania 41.
I feel that. Again, it's unpredictable, and I love that. By the way, I was when you were talking about Jade being great, I'm like, she's greener than our backdrop if you leave the internet. So yeah, you gotta do what the kids say. Let her cook. She had a run in. She ain't had a match yet, y'all. Like damn. Like her first match is going to be at WrestleMania. You talk about adding pressure to somebody. Your first match is at WrestleMania.
Technically second because the Royal Rumble, but yes.
Oh, okay.
The first match he's in where you have a pinfall or submission victory.
Yes. You talk about having to, live up to the pressure. Like that's trial under fire. That's trial under machine gun fire. So, yeah, if she hits the bed, I don't think she will. But if she hits the bed, y'all are in your right. Okay, just breathe, but let her.
Yeah.
Like you keep telling the team about planning other stuff. Be honest. Get through the week.
Patience.
Patience.
Need a little patience.
Do you know those girls did that song "Sweet Child" in the first set tonight? Like, man, y'all make me cry during the first half hour. Why y'all tripping on this? Damn it all.
All right. Well, is there anything specific, because I've already gone through all of those graphics, the three graphics, that you would like to really put over since you're here, Jeff? Otherwise, I will wrap us up. I will sign us off because we've been on almost an hour now. We just were pushing 90 viewers.
Saw
Like,
that.
holy hell, y'all! Like,
we love you guys, man.
we love you.
That's right. I nothing specific. I just I said it this afternoon when I was getting ready to board the train to come this way. And I said that during open mic night sign off yesterday. I am just so freaking grateful, so appreciative of everybody here, everybody on the team. Stop yelling, everybody. Everybody that's watching the shows, everybody participates in the shows. And I'm appreciative to the companies for providing us the talent to be able to talk about it. And I'm appreciative of the talent for just being too damn good to ignore and be able to talk about it. That's the most wonderful thing. It really is. And it's here we're signing off because the train is like going to be here like right now. So that's what it's
All right. Well, Walter, thank you very much for being my ride or die today, my Mr. Reliable as you always are. Go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you and follow you.
On the X, it's at Walter Alex Cruz. The Instagram, Cal Fire Farms, and of course the at Rage of Wrestling YouTube channel, which we definitely got to work on that. Like that idea popped right in my head as we came there. But the top WrestleMania matches that should have been the main event, I'm working on that right now.
All right, there you go. Jeff, anything that you would like to plug, promote, where they can find you real quick? As if they don't really know how to find you, and you're muted, bro.
That is valid. I've kind of been low-key, downplaying this, if I'm being honest, but tomorrow is the last show. Talk Wrestling, it's one of those that started out as a bitter critter thing because I changed the format back to the way y'all wanted it, and it still kept not getting hits. So I said, all right, that's it, I'm done. But I'm going to turn this into a celebration of this show. It's been 17 years, and almost 17, and we're gonna go out with a bang tomorrow. We're gonna have fun tomorrow, leading into the go home for Raw. So it'll be services because it'll be the last show, it'll be the death of the show. But we are gonna treat it more like a swinging wink, as my friends in the 99 Happy Haunts would say. Probably show some highlights. Probably just talk about what's been going on, and we'll send the show off proper. So thank you. So that's the first time you're going to see me, especially during WrestleMania week, is during that show. So.
There you go. And as for me, once again, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow and all week, Monday through Thursday, for the Love of Wrestling, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. You can find me on Instagram, the Renegade JJ Williams, on the X at ROWJJ Williams, on YouTube, Casa D18 Studios. Again, almost 90 of y'all still watching us right now. Thank you so much for the love, the support, and the dedication. We don't do this without y'all. We say it all the time. I know it's very public accessy, but we mean it. Thank you all. Until tomorrow, when we get the week rolling, hit the ground running. For Mr. Reliable, for Jeff Meacham, I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. We will see you guys next time.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.